What is going on, y'all? Happy Saturday. Hopefully, everybody's enjoying a great Saturday as usual. You already know I got to start with that because it's sunny out and it's the best day of the week. So, hopefully, you're appreciating that and that's reflecting within your day. We are back again for another Saturday conversation. I think I already just or explained a couple weeks ago why I have this on my bed post or my headboard. It's because I have been doing different things around the apartment or around the condo, and I just want to protect the bed and make sure nothing gets on my mattress and the sheets and everything. So keeping that there. And I have some painting coming up this weekend, so I'm really, really gonna need this to come in handy. So yeah, but yeah. How are you guys doing? Like, how's everybody? Dealing with all the protests and just all the emotions that have been going on. For some people, it's probably a lot of new stuff that you haven't been aware of or exposed to until maybe the past couple of weeks. For others, maybe it's stuff that it just kind of brought more things up. Like for me, I knew a lot of this stuff was going on, but for whatever reason, it's just brought on more, not more, but different emotions than, years previous. So, hopefully you're doing okay with that. If you're not, hopefully you have somebody or some people that you can talk to, and maybe some groups that can allow you to stay positive during these times, and just give you that space to share, share your feelings and express yourself in a very like productive way. So, you know, I'm rooting for you, and I'm gonna need to find the same as well, because sometimes it's kind of like a wave of emotion, and it does help to have groups of people or individuals that you can talk to, and even if that's a professional. So I've even been considering, honestly, starting therapy. That's a possible option for me, because if I don't have anybody else to talk to about a lot of things that I've been, thinking about and just kind of experiencing mentally and psychologically and emotionally and even spiritually a little bit as well, then maybe the best option is to talk to a professional therapist. So don't rule that out either. All right, keep that in mind. But today I want to talk about something a little bit different. Not really different. You already know this channel kind of talks around. I mean, we kind of discuss different things around sex, travel, food, adventure, stuff like that. And lately, this channel has kind of just been me talking about what's been going on with my place and just me in general, trying to give you all some insight on who I am. So today we're going to go back to the topic of sex. I know everybody loves it. Everybody enjoys the topic. And everybody enjoys getting tips when they're good. So I'm going to go ahead and give some tips today on how you can drive your woman insane. All right? In terms of just little things you could change and tweak that sexually will arouse her like you've never seen before. All right? So the first thing is try lifting her up when you're in a sexual situation. All right? Let me give a disclaimer. You got to know your strength. I have no idea what your, what your individual strength is. I don't know if you're, strong on the bottom or, strong with the upper body or what. So you need to kind of be familiar with your strength and also know your weaknesses as well. If you've got a bad back, you probably don't want to be lifting anybody up. If you have knees that are a little sketchy or that crack or something like that, you probably don't want to be lifting anybody up. So you got to know your body and your situation. But if you're healthy or healthy enough and you feel like, your significant other, your partner is not too, too much for you to handle, then try it out, because that's a very exciting situation for your partner. When she experiences being lifted up, it's almost like that's a signal that the passion is taken to another level. You know, like it was like, yeah, we cool, we're kissing, blah blah blah, or we're doing whatever. But once you lift her up, it's kind of like, oh, he's for real. Like he wants this. You know, like so it really sends off the message that things are escalating and that the passion is high. So there's also a little tip on how to properly, not properly, but the way to like more effectively lift up your partner. So you want to have her thighs on top of your thighs and lift with your legs. Back straight, all right? So back straight like this, kind of dip down as if you're, lifting up any any other object from the ground, and lift with your legs. And again, if her legs are resting on top of your thighs, it's gonna be easier for you to just kind of stand up pretty much. But use your legs, keep your back straight, and use your hands obviously to cuff the bottom of the ass or her upper thighs. So yeah, keep that in mind. That should help out a little bit. But again, first and foremost, make sure you're capable. If you need to, practice on some other, stuff, objects, or equipment to kind of see kind of like where you're at, maybe you want to go to the gym and kind of test out your strength first, go ahead and do that. I know kind of like where my limit is, and when I'm not sure, I'll do a test lift, so I kind of like fake it like I am going to lift, but not really. Same way as if you were going to lift a box. You kind of just kind of lift it a little bit to see what the weight feels like and if you can handle it or not. If you can't handle it, obviously throw that idea out the window. It was a nice thought. We could just move on to the next one. So the next one is make sure to kiss and make out with passion. Some people aren't really into kissing, believe it or not. And for me personally, I can't imagine a sexual experience that doesn't involve kissing. I've done it before because the person that I was, having that sexual experience with, she admitted that she had, what'd she have going on? She had like something like cold sores or something like that on her lips or something. So, she told me before, and I was like, all right, it's best that we don't. We both agreed on that. But that was tough. I had to get real creative in terms of ways to get things going and get the passion flowing and started, because that's honestly one of the easier ways to do it. Something about two lips coming together, there's like a spark, and there's just a lot of energy and a lot of passion in that. So, have a little makeout session. Don't even rush it. Like, take your time, have a nice makeout session, and see where it goes to, see where it leads to, see how high the passion builds before moving on to the next stage, whatever that is. All right. So, if you're not a kisser, try kissing. If you don't know how to kiss, learn how to kiss. Learn how your partner likes to be kissed, and you can practice with her. There's no shame in not being a someone who kisses a lot. Like, you may have kissed people in the past, and maybe she just doesn't like the way you kiss. So practice with her, let her know, or ask her, what she would like you to do different with kissing. And the more you guys practice, the better for you, both. Like, the better for the both of you. So try the makeout session, see how that works, and I think it'll add a nice little. I think it'll add a lot if you're not already doing it. It'll add a lot to the sexual experience. So kissing, making out, awesome thing right there. All right, so the next thing is switch it up. So this is kind of like whatever you're doing or whatever you usually do. As guys, we have a tendency to kind of do what works. We have go-to moves. We have, just kind of like things that we do that we know will get a certain kind of result. And there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes it's nice to throw a little wrinkle in there, like I just mentioned. If you don't usually make out or kiss, you throw some kissing in there, it'll totally throw her off. But she'll be excited at the fact that, if she likes kissing, she'll be excited at the fact that you're doing something different and you're showing her a different side. It's almost like, she's getting a different version of you, and she'll appreciate that. So switch it up. So that means if you're somebody who likes to rush into the experience, take all your clothes off and just jump right into it, try slowing down this time. If you're somebody that normally uh, maybe takes a while to get things going, try switching it up and just going for a quickie, or just kind of like doing a combination of kissing, lift her up, against the wall or something like that, and just go right into it if you're somebody who's usually doing things a little bit slower. So, whatever you usually do, try something different. Switch it up a little bit, and I know she'll appreciate that greatly, because again, a woman really appreciates when a guy can not only show her a different side, but he's not doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. Like, a woman enjoys excitement and she enjoys variety the same way we do. So that's no different. And so when it comes to sex, like, yeah, you want to switch it up whenever you can. And obviously, you don't want to switch it up and do something that she's not really into, but I'm giving you small tweaks that most likely she wouldn't have a problem with. If she does have a problem with some of these, then you want to do try something different. But chances are she's not opposed to kissing. Chances are she's not opposed to being lifted up if you can actually lift her up. If you can't lift her up, don't even try, because she might feel, embarrassed, or, just some kind of way about that. So I'm not saying go in there and make a fool of, you know, one or both of you. I'm saying if you can handle lifting her, lift her. If you know you're not that strong, don't even fuck with it. Just try something else. Try something else that's different that you haven't done before, but don't do that. But yeah, switch it up, do something different, and you'll see the reaction. You'll see the surprise on her face, and that surprise can lead to another level of excitement and arousal that maybe you hadn't seen in a long time, since like maybe early on in your relationship with this person. So try something different, see how she likes it, see if she likes it, and you might have added something new to the repertoire. And every so often, you want to definitely add new things in there and see how that works. Definitely. All right, so the last one is suck on her body. All right. So what I mean by that is most most parts of the woman's body are suckable. From the neck to the ears to the lips to um, the other lips. That's bottom lips and top lips. Those are both suckable. Um, at different amounts of pressure though, but still both of them are suckable. Breasts, fingers, toes, and feet if you're into that. Um, and then there's other areas that even if you don't suck on them, you could kiss them. Back of the knee, calf, pretty much every other part of the body, including the ones I just mentioned, are also kissable. So you can literally go from the head, or the crown of the head. Well, this is the crown, but the top of the head right here, the forehead, all the way down, and you can kiss every inch of your partner's body, and it won't be a problem. Kiss places that don't tend to get a lot of attention, like maybe like a wrist or something like that, like the inner part of the wrist, the side right here. Let me kind of show you a little bit better. So the side near the ribs, that's also another area that's kind of sensitive, but a lot of people don't really know that. They don't realize that that's even a spot, a possible erogenous zone until they try it out. So this area, lower back, absolutely. Um, Shoulder blade. I'm basically naming, like the whole upper body, the neck, obviously. Um, yeah, like a woman's body, for the most part, is made to be kissed, caressed, and in a lot of cases, sucked on as well. So don't be scared to do that. Like, definitely, definitely, definitely let your mouth travel all over her body and just kind of explore it and see what it tastes like, see what it feels like for her, what it feels like for you. I mean, personally, I really enjoy, letting my lips and my tongue just kind of explore a woman's body because it's a lot of fun, and you don't know what you're gonna discover with you kind of like going all over and just kind of, you know, tasting things and touching things. It's a really fun experience to just be exploring almost for the first time, even when it's not the first time. So let that happen. See where things go with that as well. I am very certain that she's going to enjoy that, and she's going to appreciate once again the fact that you're taking your time and that you're going through that exploration process, because it's not just about getting into the act and just doing it and then, being done. It's an experience. And just like any other experience that you enjoy or that you plan to enjoy, you want to experience it as fully as possible. You don't want to just go in and, start at one point and then get to the end. Even though a lot of times people think they do, but you'll have a lot more fun at the end of the experience if you've enjoyed yourself along the way, as opposed to just getting from point A to point Z. So keep that in mind as well. Take your time. Let's kind of go through again what the steps are and how you can kind of drive your girl crazy, drive your woman crazy sexually. So the first one was lift her up if you can. If you can't, it's okay. A nice alternative, if this isn't something that you've done already, is don't be scared to put your hands around her butt area. Like grab it, squeeze it, bring her close to you. Also, another alternative is bringing a thigh up. Like so you both are against each other. You can bring a thigh up around your waist and kind of hold that there if you want. Yeah, just get a firm grip of the thigh and help her wrap it around your back or your waist or something like that. That's another way, if you're not able to lift, that you can still, kind of keep a close and intense connection energetically going. The second one was make sure to kiss or make out. That just adds a lot of energy to the whole experience. I'm trying to get this thing center. I had it center before, and then I moved it around. Anyway. All right, the third thing is switch it up. Whatever you usually do, try something a little bit different or try the opposite and see how that works out. Usually that means if you're somebody who's going faster, to slow it down a little bit, and vice versa if you're somebody who usually goes slower. And the last is kiss, suck, caress that body. All right, put them lips and that tongue all over her body wherever you feel comfortable. Like I said, some people are in the feet. You could spend 15-20 minutes just sucking toes and massaging her feet if you want with your lips. So I'm not really a foot guy. So I probably wouldn't be doing that. Maybe not unless we, just came out the shower together. Then I'd be more open to it. But in most cases, that's not my thing. I can go all other places as opposed to the feet. But if we've already been, you know, kind of out and about, walking around and all that, I ain't putting no feet in my mouth. I'm just saying. But to each his and her own. So no judgment here, as usual. Do whatever you feel comfortable doing. But yeah, those are the tips. Hopefully, as you're staying in, I know things are starting to open up a little bit more, so people are probably going out a little bit more. But you might have a Saturday night like tonight, where it might be movie night, or it might be, couples night, or whatever you and your significant other like to do, and try one or all of these little tips and see how they work out for you. So yeah, that's all I got for today. Hopefully, this is something that I wanted to mention as well. If you can, try to support these black-owned businesses, and not just black-owned businesses, but other minority-owned businesses as well. Um, the reason why is because I feel like it's important, at least for black-owned businesses specifically, for us to see that we can support ourselves in terms of having enough business and enough infrastructure over time to not be so dependent on the system the way it is. And that's also the reason why I say other minority owned businesses as well, because a lot of other minority groups have already figured that out, that they can have some level of independence from the larger system, and they can support their communities based on um, the business that they offer for each other and the services they offer for each other. So as black people, I think we need to look into that as well, or look at that as well, and maybe follow some of these models of other minority groups that are already doing their thing. One of those ways is supporting each other in our businesses, um, being diverse enough in our services to where we can supply each other with the things that we need without having to go outside of our communities. And yeah, that's all I got for today. um, be well, be safe, and be sexing. All right, love you all. Enjoy your Saturday. Talk to you later.